All right, Shalom, Shalom, the Hebrew Israelite, Tampa, St. Petersburg, Florida. We come in week in and week out, down, prophesy the downfall of America, and to bring our people back to the national nationality, which is Latinos, Negroes, and American people that can sit the 12 tribes of Israel. Without further ado, like to give all glory, honor unto
Yahawah,
YAHAWAH,
YAHAWASHI, QADASH.
double honor to the elders that teach this truth, salutations for the pushing truth on the four winds of the earth. Also, the systems required to meet the conclusion of faith of the children, Shalom. And today's lesson become the prophesize. Become the prophesize.
You going on?
It's not that what it's not waiting in this captivity. It's what you're doing in this captivity while waiting. Suffering, building. Okay, serving YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI. Okay. Not enjoying these pagan holidays, birthdays, and whatever this Babylon the Great has to offer, man. We suffering and waiting on YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI, man, building. Okay. There's two different kinds of waiting. You can be carnally waiting, or you can be spiritually waiting, man. And accepting. That's one thing we got to do while we're waiting is accepting, man. And suffering is one of the things we got to do. That's what suffer means. That's what waiting means, suffering. Okay? I'm going to open up with a precept. This is James 4:7. Submit yourselves, therefore, to Yahawah. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Okay? And that means the hell with all the miscellaneous things that don't mean anything in this captivity, man. Okay? Gifts. Okay, what they say? Gifts destroy the heart, man. All right? You want to be occupied in what's necessary, man. Okay? Anything else is uncivilized, like I always say. If it ain't building up, if it ain't YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI, it's uncivilized. What was that you just read about?
This is the Wikipedia for the god Janus, the false god Janus. It says an ancient Roman religion. An ancient Roman religion, a myth, Janus. Is the god of beginnings, dates, transition, time, fully, doorway.
And that's what our people doing right now, man.
Right.
January represent the first, you know. I was at my work on my job last night, man. There's over 300 people in that way to the county, man. I've been funny if the country just got nuked when they got the winter. You know, but I know it ain't that time. You know, the end is not yet, but it's on the beginning of our sorrows.
Yeah, like that time in Hawaii when they thought it was gonna be a nuclear bomb, and you had men that were opening up the manholes, putting their children on the ground. And the brother in Hawaii, he was praised for YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI crying. Like, yo, that was a prime example right there.
You know this going out, like this rumors going out about doomsday bunker. This doomsday bunker. Rumors going around. Everybody want doomsday bunker. You can run, but you can't hide. Not long any damn way. You know what I'm saying? It's spiritual.
Yeah, I was gonna speak on that. Going back to Janus, when you go into Janus, like you said, Janus goes back to. Can you read again, please?
In the Wikipedia, Janus, it says the month of January is named for Janus, an ancient Roman religion, a myth,
right? The
god of beginning.
So they use Janus as the god of beginning. That's why they say that the new year will start in January, but it's really going back to the worshiping of Janus, because if you think about it, life starts in spring. Because remember, they even have a terminology in the dead of winter. They don't say in the dead of spring, because everything dies out in the wintertime. That's a cycle. So it goes back to Esau's habitation, living up in the mountains in the cold. And also going back to Saturnalia. So it's kind of in conjunction. Saturnalia is also in conjunction with Christmas, and Christmas is also in conjunction with Janus, because they will use the tree, the evergreen tree will be planted to inform them that yes, as of right now, there's no vegetation, but soon to come there shall be vegetation. Going back into Easter, Easter really goes back to the worshiping of Ashtoreth, which is actually a fertility god. All right, and fertility also goes back to life. That's why you have something known as offspring. You have offspring, you have life. So therefore, the beginning of life is actually in the springtime, during the spring equinox. So January is not actually the beginning of a year, because you're in the dead of winter. The beginning of the year actually starts in March, because you're going by the Gregorian calendar. They switched up all the foundations of the earth. That's why when you go back into the Passover, even the small hats over there in the land, they know that the second week, the 14th day from the first day of the year, when they had their Passover supposedly, right? They never have it in January. It ends up being sometime in the March or April, depending on the moon cycle. So even the Bible tells you that the beginning of the year is not in January. So all of this is, like you said, it's Greek mythology. They're worshiping the goddess of Janus.
Remember we spoke about that last time. It's really only 10 months in the year, not 12, right? It's not really 12 months.
It's not really
28. A month is 28.6 days. What you call that by 12?
They got 31 days in a month now.
But that's why this calendar is backwards. It's off because they have something known as a leap year, like where they're add a day or something. Because there's no way you can actually calculate the time based upon how the Lord set it up, right? That's why we have Psalms 82 and 5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course, right? So all the foundations of earth is out of course. Even going back to when the Lord said, I shall create a new thing in the earth. A woman shall surpass a man. That's another thing that's out of course in the earth. But Genesis tells the woman her purpose was to be a helpmeet unto Adam. So everything is out of whack. Yeah, it's in there.
Yeah, it's in the book of Daniel where it goes, he think of the change of times. There were right there, book of Daniel 7 and 25.
Right.
And he spake great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws.
And that's what they've done. They've changed the time to change their laws. There was actually a certain pope, I forgot his name, but he actually correct me if I'm mistaken, forgive me. Either he took the Gregorian calendar and he went back 2 weeks, or he went forward 2 weeks. So so no, it's not that. It's pretty much they just took the whole course of everything out of whack because they're going by their own calendar. But when you go back to the Egyptian calendar, they had like 8 months or something like that, right? So even all the timing is off. That's why you have to go by the moon cycle. The moon cycle will determine the time, the signs of the time. That's why Elder Apostle Gabar, Apostle Tahar still going at it with Bishop Nathaniel. Because they're trying to say that the new moon is not, the beginning of the cycle to understand how to read the time. Matter of fact, let me get that. Go ahead.
I want to show the picture of Janus, the false god, real quick, in case you say, that's a false god, man. And that ties into the New Year's that just passed, a holiday,
But going back to what you're saying about daylight savings is just them trying to keep their artificial clock, the 12 hours of day and the 12 hours of night. They're trying to keep that twilight and the dawn. They're trying to keep all that in sync with the Lord's actual course. That daylight had nothing to do with the calendar. That's just Esau trying to create his own calendar. Because even in the Bible, you have certain months, all right? And certain months will determine, what time of the year it is. That's why looking at the sun and the moon will give you a determination of the times. Let me read this really quick. It's in Sirach chapter 43, verse 6. He made the moon also to serve her season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. So that's why he made the moon and the sun for certain times of the year. That's why they'll say the second moon. And that's why I'll say on the fourth moon, you have moon Sabbaths. You have moon Sabbaths for a reason. That's why they'll say the 7th month, all right, on the second Sabbath. And also, it told you in the last days, you get Acts 2 and 21 really quick. Acts 2 and 21. Because even a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse is also a sign of the time, right? Matter of fact, I think it's Acts 2 and 19, Baba Kashar. So not this calendar and not all these fake holidays. Notice they call them holidays. If you break it down, it's a compound word for holy days. But I don't see America doing the moon Sabbath. I don't see them doing the Feast of Tabernacles. They don't keep the Passover. They don't keep the Feast of Unleavened Bread. They don't keep the Purim. They don't keep the Day of the Day of Atonement. They keep all these wicked holidays. Go ahead.
It's Acts 2 and 19.
Because it's true. Because all the time the Sabbath comes, the whole world's not supposed to be working.
Right.
But everything is still open.
Right. But going back to what is it? Black Friday, whatever they call it after Thanksgiving, right? That's when they shut down all the stock market. The small hats actually did that when they pretty much said that on this day you won't sell any slaves. That's why they say everybody said you can get it for cheap. You get everything for cheap. So it's kind of like, okay, boom, before they stay here, you can sell your slaves for cheap. So the first stop is us. That's why the NYSE, the New York Stock Exchange, the word stock really goes back to cattle. We were the first stop. So all that money that's inside New York, all the trillions of dollars and all of that money, all of that's really slavery. Right? That's why they used the word stock or bond. Remember, we're a bond men or bond women. We're a bond to the society based upon them putting a mark upon us. Even Job said, he said they put a mark upon my feet. Carbon print, following you on your email, on your phone, your IP address. They can triangulate where you are, your longitude, your latitude. They got your blood type. If you had a referral when you was in third grade for being a bad kid, they know your mother's name, they have your spouse's name, then they got information through your job. In order for you to work, you had to have a social security number. You had to have like some kind of ID number to say that you're a legal citizen. A citizen is pretty much someone that belongs to a certain city or country. Like America is one big city broken down in provinces. Going back to the Romans back then. That's why America's Rome all over again. All right, all these states are nothing but different provinces that they had during the time when Alexander the Great was here. Right, and we all are tributaries to them. Right, you have to abide by their law. But nonetheless, that's another reason why we're suffering patiently. But we understand this is not our rest. But real quick, I want the brother to bring it out about the signs of the times, being the sun and the moon, and then we're gonna get back to this brother's lesson.
This Acts 2:19. And I will show wonders in heaven above, and signs in the earth, beneath blood and fire, vapor of smoke.
So, like in the last 10 years, man, there have been countless eclipses, lunar eclipse, solar eclipse, and then you have so many signs of the chariots, what they call UFOs. They have to make all of these false narratives with all these. They say they release new footage. They release new footage of an alien or a UFO. And you know what? They keep using the same footage of it's black and white, and you can see this little flying saucer. They keep using the same footage because they don't want to show the truth. The actual video that's on TikTok, that's on YouTube and all of that. You gotta go find them. GMS Word of Life, go to his page. He has a whole channel full of nothing but the chariots of the Lord all over the world. They'll be in Brazil, they'll be in Russia, they'll be in Nigeria, but they will never ever put that on the news, man.
There was one driving around Biden's plane.
Yeah, matter of fact, I did a video on that. I said the chariots of the Lord pay Air Force One a visit, and I got a lot of views on that. But let's think about it. They don't want you to think that there's a higher power out there. They want you to think that they are the superior. All right. But anyhow, you go ahead and read that one more time, please.
This is Acts 2:19. And I will show wonders in heaven above, and signs in the earth, beneath blood and fire and vapor of smoke.
Right. Keep going.
The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood.
So the sun shall be turned into darkness. That would be a solar eclipse, right? If I'm not mistaken, it's a solar eclipse. And then you also have it to where the moon shall be turned into blood. You can go online. You go online and type in. Yep, exactly. Blood moon. So that was written in the Bible thousands of years ago, and that's what's occurring right now. That's how you know that the sun and the moon were made for signs of the time. Go ahead, bro.
This is from space.com, and it says, what is a blood moon? It may look spooky, but a blood moon is just a trick of the light. It says, the blood moon happens when Earth's moon is in a total lunar eclipse. While it has no special astronomical significance,
right?
The view is in the sky is striking as the usually whitened moon becomes red or ruby brown.
Now that's beautiful because when you think about it, it clearly said the moon shall be turned to blood. But then Esau, being the NASA expert he is, he'll try and speak about how there's certain spectrums of the light, how during this degree when the earth is in this certain equinox or whatever the hell, you don't have to go into all that. The Lord did it. We know the Lord did it. So that was the signs of the time as of right now what we're living in, which is the last days. I mean, you can see what's going on across the world. Maduro, he just deployed 5,000 troops because Britain sent troops over there in one of the Central America countries. Kim Jong-un said, let's speed up the wars against America, right? And then you got Russia bombarded Ukraine with over 122 missiles, the most they ever done in one day during this entire war. I mean, and then you got ships in the Red Sea being attacked by Iranian-backed rebels, and Biden ain't doing. It's so much going on in the world. Right?
You got North Korea shaking hands with China. They're getting along.
Oh yeah, they get along very well, man. Hey, remember they had a what was it? They had a certain drill that was going to do prosperity guardian drill. They had that going on. America, France, Germany, and I think Italy. They backed out and then left America looking vulnerable and like pretty much not being the hammer of the whole earth. So and that goes back to Revelation the 17th chapter. It says the beast shall hate the whore, because America is the mystery whore Babylon that sits upon the beast. And the 7 heads go back to the EU, and the 10 heads go back to NATO. So as of right now, the allies are like, man, we're done with you. We're tired of you. Even going back to the Nord Stream explosion. Germany and Russia was doing a deal so that Germany can help boost their economy. Biden went over there and blew up the Nord Stream pipeline. So like you're shooting yourself in your own foot. These supposed to be your allies, right? They'll probably go before destruction. Go ahead.
Revelation 17, verses 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore.
Now, going back to the EU and NATO, the 10 horns is NATO, because if you go back to the first origin of NATO, there were actually 10 flags in front of the building. And then they started having other countries join the alliance after World War II to be in response to Russia, USSR. In the USSR days, the Cold War came about. All the neighboring countries that was around, and mainly in Europe, they had told them to join their alliance. That's why there's like over, maybe I think 30, 40 some countries that's a part of NATO. Remember, they were trying to make Ukraine a part of NATO. Remember? So like there's Turkey a part of NATO, but Turkey's also getting surface to air Russian military. It's like all your enemies are just turning away from you, right? But we're suffering patiently for it to happen, because Esau ain't gonna go out with a fight. You're not going to.
I got pictures of the flag in front of NATO.
Go ahead.
Say the 10 horns. There it is, right there, in real life.
You see, there's multiple, but if you go back to the origin, there was only 10 to begin with. Go ahead, go back. All this go back to the suffering and pain, because it's like right now. He ran and realized who he was. He went on a rampage. He wasn't supposed to do that. He tried to avenge himself. So that was also a sign as well, but he really gets the Lord's will. Beautiful. Most of those who lost patience, because he tried to take on his own will. How you can't do that? They said it in Baruch, he that put these curses upon you shall be the one that shall save you. So it's like, okay, I put you in timeout. You don't get to take the dunce hat off your head, and you don't get to take your head out the corner. You know how you're a little kid to make you sit in the corner, whatever. No, when I tell you that you're out of time, you're out of time. So that's what it means to be patiently waiting. You know how it is. You got on punishment. You don't know when your punishment's over, so you're just suffering to find out when you can, go out and be free. Then once you come about, you're happy. And right now, like you said, hopefully the sign of the abominations there.
That's what it says. It is wise to be in the house of the Lord.
Right. Rather than be in the house of mirth. In the house of mirth, you saw high, but then like what said, when you fall off, it's gonna feel like a plane crash. Go ahead.
Correct. Acts 2:19 again, and I will show wonders in heaven above, and signs in the earth, beneath blood and fire and vapor and smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood. Before that great notable day.
So the moon gonna turn to blood before that great and notable day. Go ahead.
Before that great notable day of the Lord come.
Before the great notable day of the Lord come. That's what we're waiting for. Go ahead up.
And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved.
And whosoever shall call on the name of YAHAWASHI shall be saved. That's why the name is important. Okay, if we're waiting on that day, that means that we have to know the name in order for us to be saved. So when IUIC saying they don't know the name, they mean that they got paid. Because how else are you going to be saved if you don't know the name? Right? Go ahead.
That's how we waiting. Call on the strong tower.
Yeah, you can go ahead and bring out what you
Baruch is Baruch 4:25. It's Baruch 4:25. My children suffer patiently. The wrath has come upon you from Yahweh, for thy enemy have persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction, and shalt tread upon his neck. And we just got to talking about Nat Turner. You know what I'm saying? Yahawah Shah is going to recompense our enemies, man. Okay? Suffer patiently, man. All right? That's how we waiting. There's two types of waiting, man. Whether it's not that you're waiting, it's how you waiting, man. Okay, building up. All right, seeking out prophets, like you say, Ezekiel 33. I've set up watchmen. That's how we waiting, man, doing the work we're called to do. Okay,
Yeah.
trying to receive the mark of the exemption. That's how we waiting, man, not the other mark. Okay, recognizing all the small details every day that YAHAWASHI has shown us. If you ignore those details, you're waiting the wrong way, man. Okay, you're probably waiting on the new Jordans and all that. We're not waiting like that. We're not waiting on dates on carnal things, man. We're waiting on the dates on spiritual things, man. You can't have a release date on repent either. Or I repent February the 2nd. But that's your ass, you know what I'm saying? Because judgment is every morning, man. The Lord loves judgment, man, week in and week out. I can't imagine tomorrow when we hear these news after people died over the night over New Year's. That's everything.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll see that, man. We're waiting by watching, man. Okay, and listening. What the Lord says, it's better to give. It's better He would prefer obedience than sacrifice. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how we waiting also by obeying to the best of our ability. Because they say, these laws are the whole duty of man. Okay. Yes.
No, it was beautiful. You said a lot. Going back to the watchman, he said in Ezekiel said we are watchmen, right? And you have to put your mind into the time of the prophet. That's why the elders, you got to be a visionary. A watchman is sitting in a very high tower to look for danger that's going to come towards the kingdom or towards the castle or towards a certain village. And every time they would see danger, what would they do? They would blow a horn. That's why the scripture says, "Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there not be evil in the city, and the Lord have not done it?" You know, so that's why it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the Lord. Of blowing the trumpet is going out to the highways and byways. That's why, as you say, we're watchmen. We're warning our people of evil to come, and also we're letting them know that yes, evil is coming, but this is the name that you should call on to save you. And the brother, the Quam dropped Psalms 124:8. Our help is in the name of the Lord who made heaven and earth. But then again, what is his name? His name is Yahawah, and his only begotten son name is YAHAWASHI. You got that?
I got Acts 4:12. Neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved.
Right. So going right back to what he said, there's no help. There's help in the name of Yahawah. Now remember, in Malachi, the 1st chapter, 14th verse, it said his name is dreadful to the heathen. So we was given to the hands of the heathen. Why would they want to tell us the name that will save us? Because saving us would take down the kingdom. Remember, every captivity we was in, the Lord took down the kingdom. So why would they tell us the name? So it can't be Jesus. Damn sure ain't Jeebus. It's not. It never has been, never will be. Right? Because if you go to Acts the 5th chapter, it said, did we not straightly tell you not to preach in that name? So once you preach in that name, them demons come out, man. Right?
I got something to add. Go ahead. Psalms 33:20-22. Our soul waited for the Lord. His name is Yahawah. He is our help and our shield. For our heart shall rejoice in him, because we have trusted in his holy name.
We go back to wait. Because so many people they'll put the Bible down, go right back in the world, because it's easier to maneuver in a society that don't want to please the Lord. Remember, the scripture says, he that doeth will the Lord even make his enemies at peace with him. So because once them demons got you, why should we have to constantly bother you? Why should I keep battering on you? You already got your soul. Then let me go find another helpless soul. But once you keep fighting back, it's gonna always be friction. That's why it's friction. Go ahead.
That's how we wait in the will of the Lord.
Right.
That's why it says, roughly paraphrasing, he that turneth to righteousness, making himself a prey.
He that turneth to righteousness, making himself a prey. Because you have to look at this contrast. This world was made for many. The world that comes for few. So that means billions are gonna die. So that means we're not expecting billions to be up there. But we understand that they're not gonna make it. That's the whole point. Remember, the Lord said, it said it's nothing for the Lord to shut up many with few.
Yeah, look at Noah.
Noah. And even the Lord said, his weak things are strong. He's using us. We're weak to the society. We're weak to the system. But he's using us as a conduit to relay his message, so that when it does happen, you guys did not have a problem with us. You had a problem with what the word said. because it's not us that's doing it, it's him. We just been chosen. Just been called to do the work. That's all it is. Many are called, but few are chosen. That's the difference. I'm gonna bring this out there. You can get back to that. That was beautiful in the root too. Oh, I got one precept too, because you said something about we patiently waiting. But like you said, we ain't waiting like Jake is for the Jordans. That's carnal. You know, you waiting in vain. Psalms 55:16. As for me, I will call upon Yahawah, the water for putting it in there, and the Lord shall save me. Exactly. We gonna call upon Yahawah, they're gonna save us. But once again,
because the scripture says the man that's in his good estate is in vain. You know what I'm saying? If you're in good estate is in vain.
Yeah, you gotta get that one. You know what I was at. They show you.
Man that is in a good estate.
Well, I mean,
vanity.
I remember you brought it out last.
Man is in his best estate. Man that is in his best estate. That is vanity, man. Okay, we're not trying to worry about our best estate. That's not how we're trying to watch. I maintain, because when you're in your best estate, you gotta maintain it. I mean, you gotta invest more time in this world than how much you gotta shop. And that's one thing you gotta do in this world is maintain it. You gotta give your time to things in this world than how much you gotta shop.
Psalms 39:5. Behold, thou hast made my days as a handbreadth, and my age is as nothing before thee. Barely every man at his best state is altogether vanity.
Vanity, man, his best state is altogether vanity. You gotta contribute more likely into this world than how about you shine. And that's not how we're waiting, man. That's the wrong way of waiting. Even though ain't nothing wrong with trying to strive, but how about shall call a lot of us out of that estate, man.
I want to back you up with this really quick, because you were talking about even the man in his best estate is vanity, right? This is King Solomon, YAHAWASHI. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 14. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start at 12. I, the preacher, was king over Israel and Jerusalem. So this is King Solomon talking. And I gave my heart to seek and search out by wisdom concerning all things that are done under heaven. So he looked at everything, all aspects of life. This is King Solomon. This sore travail have God given to the sons of men to be exercised therewith. I have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity and vexation of spirit. So like you said, even at your best estate, it's still the worst, because the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. You know what I mean? Verse 15, that which is crooked cannot be made right, and that which is wanting cannot be numbered. So that kills the whole Christianity thing that as long as you accept him as your Lord and Savior, you can be saved. No, because there are some things in life that are crooked. Like who can turn an unclean thing to a clean thing? You can't make somebody that's wicked righteous. Because there has to be a balance. The Lord deal with a balance. Everybody can't be saints, but everybody can't be a double believer. That's why you have opposing forces at all times. The Lord said he created the light, he created darkness, he created evil and good. He said, I, the Lord, created all these things. All right, so there's a balance right there. I go to show you, man, that all things in life is vexation, man. Even if you on the left-hand side or the right-hand side, because it's the power structure that's here. The power structure is under Esau. So what it says in Isaiah the 2nd chapter, it says, all nations shall come into the mountain of the Lord and say, let us go in their ways. How come they ain't doing that in Israel right now? They're bombing the hell out of God. So that those people are not the Lord's people. But let me digress, because once you speak the truth, they want to cancel you. You know what I mean? You got. Nah, the Baruch.
That was Baruch. That's what's where we're going. Again.
Oh, keep reading. No, keep reading. It's
Baruch 4:26.
Yeah.
My delicate ones have gone rough ways, and were taken away as a flock of your enemies.
My delicate ones have gone rough ways. They were caught as a flock that was caught of the enemy. So we are the lost sheep of the house of Israel. We're the most lost people on the face of the earth. The only people that has been displaced on the face of the earth. What home can we call our own? Literally, we scattered. The entire Western Hemisphere is full of us on this sign right here. Excuse me. Right. So we talk about the lost tribes of Israel, like even the history itself. When you go into the Babylonian captivity, all the way up into the even the Medes, the Persians, the Greco-Roman, that was the southern kingdom. So the northern kingdom, the Spanish-speaking tribes and the Native American tribes was already over here on the side of the earth. During 722 BC, all the way up until 1492. They've been here for millennia. That was known as the Aztecs, the Incas, and the Mayans. Go down to Las Lunas, Mexico. They have the Ten Commandments written in Paleo Hebrew, and it said it predates the pre-Columbian era 2,000 years. That's in secular history. So you already know who the 10 lost tribes were. That was the Spanish-speaking tribes over here, the Taino and the Arawak Indians. Those were the 10 lost tribes, and the other remaining tribes came over here on cargo slave ship from Spain and Portugal. Because remember, we ruled Europe for 1,000 years. So the first batch of slaves came from Spain and Portugal. The vast majority came from western coast of Africa. That's why you got the Kingdom of Judah. If you look at the old map, it says Kingdom of Judah or Judah. Come on, man, you can't make this up. So you know who the people were that went into captivity and cargo slave ship. All this goes back to, it says, my delicate ones have gone rough ways. Oh, that's a prime example. It said like a sheep that's been caught by the enemy, right? Because the sheep is a docile creature. A sheep is not afraid, right? We become the prey. So I'm talking about these people on the sign right here. Judah, Negroes, Benjamin, West Indians, Levi, the Haitians, Simeon, Dominicans, Zebulonite, Guatemalans, the Panamanians, Ephraim, Puerto Ricans. Yo, I cannot tell you how many Puerto Ricans I run into, their name's Ephraim. Yeah. Ephraim. That's crazy. Look, that but they grew up on a street called Ephraim. Now you good. They grew up on the street called Ephraim in North Carolina. What's the odds of that? If they knew the Israelites, you know what I'm saying? So like Manasseh the Cubans, Gad North American Indians, Reuben Seminole Indians, Naphtali the Argentinian to Chileans, Asher Colombians to Uruguayan, and Issachar would be the so-called Mexicans. Can't make that up. Can't make that up. That's why in this society, even if you want to be a janitor, you have to have a diploma, high school diploma, right? But according to what if you need a high school diploma, you have to be indoctrinated by their school system. They're not teaching you to be a well-educated individual based upon history and language. They want to see where could you conform and be a law-abiding citizen in this society. That's all school is about. They indoctrinate you in what they want you to know, not what you shouldn't. And that's the world we live in. So going back, all those people right there, they go back to the Hebrew Israelites, man.
I would like to add on what you said to show. I would like to add on what you said to show pictures that we are the Hebrew Israelites, starting with
beautiful.
the northern and the southern tribe.
Beautiful.
This happened to the southern tribe and the northern tribe.
Right.
But they show it more in schools and on television.
Right.
The southern tribe.
Right.
Which is so-called Negroes, Haitians, and Jamaicans.
Yep.
And then this is a lunar stone in Mexico.
Los Lunas.
Los Lunas. And that's the Paleo Hebrew.
Yeah, they call it the Decalotage stone because the Deca goes back to 10. See, the Decalogue starts at Decalotage. I'm sorry, that's a woman's chest. I apologize. That's what Decalotage means. Los Lunas Decalogue stone. And what it says, the Los Lunas stone, Decalogue stone, is a large boulder on the side of Hidden Mountain near Los Lunas, New Mexico, about 35 miles south of Albuquerque, that bears a 9-line inscription carved into a flat panel. The stone is also known as the Los Lunas Mystery Stone or Commandment Rock. This is 2,000 years pre-Columbia. So who the hell are the Spanish-speaking brothers? Who Native American brothers? The Israelites. The stone is controversial in that some claim the inscription is pre-Columbian. It is. And therefore proof of early Semitic contact with the Americans. Well, we are Semitic because it was written in Paleo Hebrew. That was a prime example right there, man. The brother Naquam dropped Psalms 37 and 34. Wait on YAHAWAH and keep his way, and he shall exalt thee to inherit the land. When the wicked cut off, thou shalt see it. That's beautiful because this thing go right back to that book that you were still reading. So Rock 24 and 24. Faith not to be strong in YAHAWAH. Oh, this is a beautiful one. That he may confirm you. Cleave unto him, for the Almighty is God alone, and beside him there is no other Savior. Right, you already on bar time, you know. Yeah, you on you on bar time, and the life you have isn't even your own. So that's why the Lord, he said, it's none that can save. You know, he even speaks about the war of the spirit. It says no man can win that war because your spirit is your spirit is pretty much the Lord. How should I put it? It's a small essence of the Lord embodied inside of a physical matter. When he wants you, when he wants your spirit, he gonna take it. A prime example goes back to the I forgot what country he was. It was a Muslim country. The dude said this on live television. He said Allah was going to destroy Israel. As soon as he said that, he gave up the ghost, had a heart attack right there. Everybody rushed the stage. So Allah ain't got power over Yahweh. You hear what I'm saying? That's a scary thing, but going back to who we are. That's who, and go back to the like delicate ones I'm going in rough ways. Imagine what we went through. All that suffering through in the transatlantic slave trade, chattel slavery. Go ahead, you can read that 26.
This is Baruch 4:26.
Oh, and Jeremiah 15:30 says that Judah and Israel was oppressed together, right? And then go back to what you said, we were cargo slave ships together. Go ahead.
My delicate ones have gone rough ways and were taken away in a flock caught by the enemies.
Right.
27.
And remember he said, I say you fought that sheep amongst wolves. That was a prime example. Go ahead.
Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto Yahawah, for you shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you.
That's the most important thing, being remembered. So in other words, they go back to knowing the good will of the Lord. So you what? Your name can be written in the book of life. Because once them angels come, that's it. If you, bro, you're not. I don't see your name on the list. You're not getting in. You know what I mean? Where's your name? Where's your works? No, matter of fact, where is your works? Forget the name. With all due respect, where's your works? That's what's gonna boil out to. What have you done for me? I've given my life. It's crazy, bro. And mom, they Christianity today. Somebody died for your sin. So you can just go and sin all you want, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's crazy. I died for you, and you just can continue to do what you want.
It's the thanks I get.
It's the thanks I get. It's the thanks I get. Wow. Yeah. You know, it's crazy, man. That's just a slap in the face. Yeah, like I say, man, you get into a very rough patch. Your mother put up a lien on her house. She exhausts her IRA, her 401k, her savings, and you beat the case. You beat the case just to go and do the same crime. That's a slap in your mother's face. It's the same thing with YAHAWASHI. You mean to tell me this man died? This wonderful man died on the cross for the sins of those who truly love him, just for you to say, "Oh, we're not under sin." You people are bonkers, man. I need to start drinking that tap water, something in the water. Man, I'm telling you, keep going up.
This is Baruch 4:28. For as it was your mind to go astray from Yahweh, so being returned, seek him 10 times more. All right, we went astray, so you gotta seek Yahweh. Shemaiah, go hard. You was half asking the first time, so it's time to go hard now. You say it's your mind to go astray, so seek him 10 times more, man. Go even harder, man. Okay, you didn't make your team the first time. It's time to try again and go harder.
Put it like this.
Aaliyah said, get yourself up and try again.
Put it like this, though. You know ESAU watching our videos. You know they monitor what we do. Make a backup channel. If the elders channel go down, they'll go to a main channel. That channel they go to another channel. I always have a backup channel. That's how you go 10 times more. But there'll be no excuse on why you can't feed the sheep. Because we'll wake up every day and feed ourselves. What about the sheep? You know? So Sirach 35:3, to depart from wickedness is a thing pleasing to the Lord, and to forsake unrighteousness is a propitiation. So they don't look at you the same because you're not participating in the same wickedness. When you're born into a wicked society, you're going to learn all the wicked ways, even whether it's pleasing to you or whether it's lustful to you. When you come to realize what it truly is, it's like, man, that ain't even right. I was taught a lot the whole time. But you know what pride is? When you continue to live that same life because you was ashamed that you was lied to. That's not being humble. So you're going to continue to live the same life, you know? Like, bro, how you go up in the projects? Ain't no fat white man breaking the projects, putting gifts under a tree. He's going to get popped. But how people still will believe in that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Still believe a lot. Go ahead. Oh, no.
Going into what you said when we forsake the world, and we look at differently. They don't recognize us. Remind me of John 17:14. This is YAHAWASHI speaking. I have given them thy word, and the world hated them, because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world.
Right. In other words, why is you rain on our parade? Just let us continue to believe in these wicked holidays. It makes us feel appreciated. It makes us feel a part of something. Because you want to know why? A lot of people are born to be followers. A lot of people are just sheeple. They need a leader. That's why a lot of people like to vote. Your vote doesn't, the popular vote never matters. It's the electoral vote. The Republican and the Democratic vote. You believe you're doing something because you live in a democracy. Really, you don't. Right? This is really a totalitarian. This is really, I won't say that. This is really, it's a capitalist society. But it's really a dog eat dog world. So when it comes to what? The love of money is the root of all evil, you go to anything to make money. Right? So, I mean, when you look at it, man, it's a free fall. Whether you have money, you have status, that right there will bring you, that right there will bring you into the conglomerate, the upper echelon of people. If you don't, they don't really care less. So why? What have you done for me? That's all it's about. What have you done for me? But what have you done for YAHAWASHI on the side? But then when shit hit the fan, well, money, status, and people can't help you, then you want to call on the Lord. That's why the Lord said, He said, I'm going to laugh at your calamity when it comes. I do the same thing too. I be like, so, dang, man, you mean to tell me that little girl got run on by a dumpster? Well, shit, that just says the issues of the Lord. You can even the issues of death belong to the Lord then. It's a yeah. There's no respected persons in judgment. All right, you know. But that's how it is, though, man. Well, you got to seek Him 10 times more, man. All right, now.
This is Baruch 4:29. For he that hath brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy for your salvation.
So he that brought these plagues among you shall bring you joy everlasting. What is it?
Salvation.
Salvation. So once again, who needs salvation? When you think about salvation, the word salvage there. Think about an old school car, like an old school Cutlass. You're gonna salvage it. You're gonna pimp your ride. That's what it's like. That's what it means to be salvaged. So who the hell needs to be? What? Who's a broken people that needs to be salvaged? Redeemed. That's us. So people read it. Oh, salvation is for all. No. You read somebody else's letter. All is for only an inclusive group. Just because you picked up the letter doesn't mean it applies to you. You know what I'm saying? That's why the scripture says He showed His word to Jacob, His statutes and commandments to Israel. As for the other nations, He has not dealt with. I guess Christians forgot that. King David said that, man. So just because you pick it up and it says you can be saved, that don't mean you can be saved because you read somebody else's letter.
That's like an Old Testament story. I forgot who it was exactly, but he saw the vision of what the Lord has in store for us.
Oh, it was a Moabite. It was a heathen. The Lord showed him a vision, and he said, oh, I wish that I could be like them. Because that king kept trying to curse him. The king kept telling him to go curse them. But the more he got to know us, and the Lord showed him a vision, he said, my God, how can I curse such a people? That's what he was saying. Like, I can't curse these people. Like, look at their end. Hell, I wish that I can be with them. So that's what the world see. The world read the Bible and be like, oh my God, the kingdom is going to be glorious. But you're not even, for one, you're not an Israelite. And for two, every kingdom, every nation on earth has had their own kingdom. And look at what has happened. No, you can't have your kingdom on this side and then want to be in our kingdom ruling with us on our side. No, this is your kingdom. This is what the fathers of Esau have done. The sons of Esau have done. The sons of Jacob right now, we're in our slavery. We're in our captivity. In order for you to have a kingdom that has to be subject, that have to be servants. So how the hell are you gonna have the kingdom of heaven with everybody just being royalty? No, somebody's gonna be a servant, somebody's gonna be subject. Right? So yeah, so going back to everlasting salvation, that salvation is for us. We need to be salvaged. We've been broken. We're talking about hundreds of years, man. Physical, mental, psychological torture. And then just release into a society not built for you, no therapy, and say just feel for yourself. Man, we are broken people. We didn't want to need to be salvaged. We didn't want to need salvation. We didn't want to need to be redeemed. And nobody came and helped us in the whole world. Why the hell is the Lord going to come and give you a place in heaven? Stop it. Go ahead, I'll continue.
This is Baruch 4:30. Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee.
Boys, I like that. Go ahead,
YAHAWASHI.
That's right.
Baruch 4:31. Miserable are they that afflict thee.
Miserable are they that afflict thee. Real quick. Just read that real quick. Yeah, read that real quick. And I'm going to speak on it.
Miserably they afflict thee and rejoice at thy fall.
Miserable are they that afflict thee, and that rejoice at thy fall. You want to know why? Because now they're starting to see the end. Everything's starting to come to pass. Yeah, hold on, real quick. It's kind of like, no, actually, Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. That goes back to what you just read. Read it again, Baba Michelle.
This is Baruch 4:31.
Right.
Miserable are they that afflict thee and rejoice at thy fall.
When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. They shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. That's why they think it's funny. We talk about the Lord is going to save us from the heavens. But it's beautiful because if you read Acts, when the Lord was with the disciples, right? Remember, he left, and then they were looking up in the heavens, and two men in white apparel said, why get you up to the heavens? The same way the Son of Man left, the same way he coming back. And it tells you that in Revelation, the 1st chapter, it says, when he cracked those clouds, he shall come in the clouds, and all eyes shall see him, and all nations shall fear, even them that pierced him. So that also talks about reincarnation, because the same centurion that pierced him is here again today. Like we are here again today. Showing when he said show mercy unto the 3rd and 4th generation. So you're born every 3rd and 4th generation. So hey, when the Lord come back, he come back through the cloud. So by the strength of our salvation. All right. Shalom, 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 Makwakia. All right, let me finish this up really quick. Wisdom of Solomon 5:3. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision, okay, and a proverb and reproach. Nigger, spit, wetback, coon. Those are proverbs, but they're not calling us Judahites, Ephraimites, Manassites, Reubenites. They can't call us all these different names. You know, especially the Judahite, they call us, first it was nigger, then it was colored, then it was black, then it was Afro-American, it was African-American. Yeah, so they gave us so many different proverbs and different names that it's not giving us respect to our respective tribe. Right?
That keeps one lost.
It keeps
covering
that covering cast has been unveiled. That's why the scripture says he said wisdom maketh the man face to shine. So if everybody's blind, I mean they lacking the wisdom, right? So Wisdom of Solomon 5, that's why it says suffering patiently on the Lord to guide us through this darkness to come. That's the title of this. That's the title of the camp. We know darkness is finna befall the world, so we suffering patiently. We patiently suffering for the Lord to come and guide us through this. How do you get through darkness at night, people? You need light. The light is the wisdom. That's why the scripture says, knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of our time. And the fear of the Lord is our treasure. We fear this. All this is nothing to fear. This is all vanity. It's going to be destroyed anyhow. And I love that movie, I Am Legend. When all their money was on the ground, it meant nothing. We went to go find Sam. All that money meant nothing. They show you in movies, but people still live the life they want to. Let me read this one more time. Let me give it to you. Wisdom of Solomon 5:3. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision. And in proverb of reproach, we fools counted his life madness and his end to be without honor. That's how they look at us. How is he numbered among the children of God and his lot is among the saints? Man, that's just to be so beautiful in that day. You'd be like, what? These the Israelites? No, ain't no way. We had you in the captivity. Yeah, the Lord did this to us. He was mad. We're supposed to be ruling the world, so we want to be heathens. He put us beneath the least of you. But that's power. Thank you. You don't understand. That is power. That's why the scripture says, pride had deceived you. They literally came out of the caves, man. They called themselves Caucasians, right?
And they showed they throw it in our faces with the Geico.
Yeah. Oh no, it's so easy a caveman can do it. Right? They tell you that. That's why they say the beginning of mankind start with caveman. No,
and then they made the Flintstones.
Stop it. Hey, also in the beginning it says that we'll have a gay old time, meaning that a happy time, but they changed that word into something else. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean, right? Because gay means happy. The rainbow is a beautiful creation of the Lord, and they use
symbol for the
that
abomination.
symbol for abomination. I hate that, man. It's a beautiful creation of the Lord. So that's why you say, surely you things that turning the world upside down should be esteemed as a potter's clay. That's how you know who's ruling the world, the wickedness, man. Anyhow, let's get back to it really quick. Wisdom of Solomon 5:6. Therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness have not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. We weary ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yea, we have gone through deserts where they lay no way, but as for the way of the Lord, we have not known it. And you know what you've done? You've taken the Lord's word, the English Puritans, brought it here to the Americas, took over the land, and don't even uphold. Now they have their own constitution, their own amendments, their own Bill of Rights. That's how it was going to destroy this place, man. It's like me making a pact with the mafia. And then I decide to do my own, and like they give you some work, I take the work and go do my own thing. They're gonna come looking for me. Lord's gonna come looking for you, man. Right? You got more than that, Baruch. What you got?
I got second.
You got something like that.
No,
I got Baruch 4.
Hold on. You just see it. Got it. I'll check it out. I got it.
Yeah. Baruch 4:32. Miserable all the cities which thy children serve. Miserable the sheep that receive thy service. That's us. We serve Babylon the Great, like he says in Deuteronomy. You serve our enemies all once a week. We labor on their jobs, man. We the kickstand that they their weariness. Yeah, that's what we are. We're a kickstand that eats our enemies' weariness, man.
Kickstand.
They're not going to do it. They can't do it. They're not as strong as us because we're the stronger nation. One nation sharper, stronger than the other. So therefore, we are a kickstand to the other nations, man.
Oh, yeah.
Holding up them.
Yeah,
You know
that's right. That's right. That's what happened in Egypt. Remember what it says? It said, let us oppress them more, at least they go to our enemies and they increase. So we started multiplying. Remember, when Jacob and brought his family in, it was only like, I think it was only 82 or 86 siblings of Jacob. And then for 400 years, well, I ain't gonna say that. For an extended period of time, we started to multiply. So remember, the Lord said, we shall be numbered as the sands of the sea and the stars of heaven. So there's no way you can literally say who all the Israelites are. That's why there's no way I can say, oh, you're an Edomite, so-called white man. I don't know. But I mean, I talk to plenty of white boys, quote unquote, and you can just tell, man, bro, somewhere down your line, man, you had an Israelite father or something. So it's never really about the color aspect. But when you're going through the Lord's people are, they are dark-skinned people. That's the whole thing you get at. When you're going through who the Lord is and how he looks, it gives you a clear description of the Bible. You say, you know, he had feet like brass, and if it burned in the furnace. He had hair like wool. Like, look at this brother. This brother looked like an ancient prophet. Beard, the hair, and everything. This is woolly hair, right? He got skin like bronze. Now, when they talk about skin like bronze, the best way to look at somebody's entire complexion, look at the top of their feet. That would be the complexion of the rest of their body. So what I'm talking about is like when John the Revelator saw him, you gotta envision it when you read it. In Revelation, the first chapter, when John the Revelator saw him, he got on his knees and bowed to him. So he saw his feet. He gave you a description of the Lord. We don't know how he looks. He's olive tone. Stop it. All right. You know,
don't they have black olives?
Thank you.
You're right.
Yeah, you're right. He is. Black olives.
Oh God.
Go ahead. And have fun with this, man.
Second Ezra chapter 16, verses 70 through 76. It's all going into the title, how the destruction of getting saved. Watch this. It says, for there shall be in every place in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Insurrection means an uprising. Isaiah says the enemy is going to come in like a flood by way of super soldiers, intelligence, and AI. Verse 71, they shall be like madmen, sparing none. Hey, that's AI on behavior.
Hey, but not really though. There's a lot of UN troops living in America. They're sleeper cells. Listen, when you think about those caravans coming in, it was an article earlier this year. Well, last year, right? Last year, it said that Chinese soldiers and soldiers from the UN were coming through the southern border of California. But that's information that they're not going to blast all over the news. But I saw that article. I wish I could have saved it. So you have a lot of UN troops here. You have a lot of sleeper cells that when they get that call, they're going to wreak havoc here in America. The world really despises America. So they're just waiting to get that call when they can just take over. But really remember, the UN troops are also in cahoots with the United States government. So really it's going to be United States government and the UN troops trying to usher in a new world order. But I got a friend who was in the Navy. He said, listen, he said this like 10 years ago. He said, bro, I'm telling you right now, there's militias in every state waiting for the government to strike so that they can retaliate. You gotta think about this, bro. You gotta think about this. Remember what happened at the Capitol on January 6th, right?
Yes.
They literally showed you that this country's fault. They actually trying to overthrow the government, right? But there are militias who are just waiting for that actual guerrilla warfare on the people. Remember, they would rather us fight amongst each other so they can have less casualties on their end.
And they're not playing either because 2 states already is not letting Trump join the ballot.
Yep.
To get there's a lot of
people that want to overthrow the government because of that.
That's what happened with Martin Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln, yeah.
I heard something on the internet that something happened to Abraham Lincoln where they tried to stop him from succeeding or something, and that caused the Civil War.
Well, yeah, the Civil War started because they wanted to make everybody a government slave. That's really what it was, because the South was making 100% profit off of straight slavery. So they said, no, we're going to have a governing body up here in the northern states. That's why a lot of people in the South are moving to the north. That's why it's a lot of states in Chicago, Baltimore, you know what I'm saying? Them kind of Cleveland, because they was going there for opportunities. You know, like Ohio is known as the heart of America because a lot of the major manufacturers are up there. So a lot of people trying to escape chattel slavery by going to the north. So when people say, oh, the Civil War was to free you, no, it wasn't. The only reason why you had the Civil War because the United States government wanted to make everybody a corporate slave. Because if you go into the Black Law Dictionary, it says an employee is synonymous with the word slave. And you have to pay taxes to the government. That's why you hear people in the South say the South going to rise again. No, it's not. Because the government was ruling everything, including you. Right? So pretty much the Civil War was to make everyone a slave. So the Emancipation, the Proclamation that was signed, emancipation just needed to transfer power. So we still ruling, whether it's Southern whites or Northern whites. We still ruling over you. Only difference is that we're not only going to make you a corporate slave, we're going to make everybody a corporate slave. So that's what the whole Civil War was about. That's why the South fought against the North, because they wanted to make, oh, hell no, we ain't giving you our slaves. Hell no, we don't want to be yours either. That's why they fought. It had nothing to do with trying to free us. They just wanted to make 100% profit off of us. That's what it was. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I got more. It says, 2nd Ezra chapter 16, back at 71 through 76, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but shall spoil and destroy. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord.
Because remember, they have a list. They have like a green list, a yellow list, and a red list. So they have a list of people that they're gonna come and get. You know, that's why I say they have all of your information. Like I said, they can triangulate where you are using GPS. They can see what IPS addresses you use on your phone, on your internet. That's why when people go to court, they say, okay, we need you to give us all of your records, all of your passwords, all of your usernames, and then they go through all your transactions. They expose everything about you when you go to certain court cases when you get sued. And then they want to see, oh, on this day, at this time, at this such and such, you made a call to this number. This number is to such and such. Who is that? That was my ex-girlfriend. Why are you calling your ex-girlfriend 2 in the morning? Now your wife's sitting right there. You know, they will expose you.
This is live. So they can manipulate the views who's really watching.
Yeah, the elder said that. The elder said that. Yeah, they manipulate the view. They manipulate. It's like because they think that we're in it for the carnality of it. No.
It's a prophesy to the wind.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? The most important view you want is the view from the Lord. Remember, the scripture says, "Blessed be that servant that do so working in His word." So whether you keep doing the word, you get one view. The most important view is the view of the Lord. So when He come in, He see you working. That's prophesy to the wind. Prophesy to the wind. You don't need an audience. You don't need an audience. But what it said, it was talking about John the Baptist, who was Elijah. Who is this that crieth in the wilderness? Who's in the wilderness? He was out there by himself crying in the wilderness, prophesying. That's a prime example of prophesying to the wind, right? It's all about the spirit. What is the spirit? John the 3rd chapter. They said the spirit is like the wind, right? What happened in Acts the 2nd chapter when it was inside the house? They said that there was a gust of wind that came into the house, and everybody was like built up with the spirit. You know, that's what it's like. That's when you have that. That's when that light, when the spirit hits you, that's when that light bulb comes on. Oh man, I just been in light. Now you become illuminated. So who's really the true Illuminati? Us. Yeah. On the right hand side.
And the spirit, this is spirit gives all things back to remembrance.
Oh, like what? First Peter, if I'm not mistaken, it says stir up your pure minds by way of remembering. Stirring up your pure minds by way of remembering is the spirit. Because John, you give me St. John 14 and 17, Bible Shah. 14 and 17.
John 14, verses 17. Even the spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him. But ye know him, for he dwelleth with you, and shall be in you.
And you know what's beautiful about that? He said, the spirit of truth, which the world cannot receive because they don't know him. Well, remember in Malachi the 3rd chapter, the 16th verse, it said he heard those that feared the Lord and thought upon his name. And he made a book of remembrance. So those who are born again, they're gonna remember. By stirring up your pure mind, I'm getting excited because it's beautiful. It says, so those who don't know him, those who already been blinded. Second Corinthians 4 and 3. If our gospel be hit, it's because the God of this world has blinded them. If you're blind, it means you don't have any light. It's dead. Because you never accepted him back then, and you won't accept him now. It's the same spirit here again today, right? So you can read that again.
John 14 and 17. Even the spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him. But ye know him, for he dwelleth with you, and shall be in you.
And that's heavy. Because remember he said, I shall be with you to the end of the world. It has to be spiritual, right? Because it goes back to the spirit. In the last, remember, Job said it, in the last days, I know that my maker, I will stand in my lot, and I shall see my maker. In the last days. So that means that he knows he's here. Ezra said it. So he spoke about the nuclear missiles. He said that the arrow that shall be shot from one end to another. He said, woe is me, who shall save me in that day? Wait a minute. You prophesied this thousands of years ago. So he's saying, in that day, I'm going to be there. But who's going to save me? It was a prophetic vision that he saw and wrote down. So people back then knew about reincarnation, right? It clearly tells you that. So when he said, I shall be with you to the end of the world, be with who? Those that know me. Those that love me, that fear upon me and keep my commandments. It's that simple. You know, that's beautiful. Always say, I'll be with you to the end. He that is driven to the end shall be saved. It said, he that fears the Lord, he said, so the angel of the Lord kept around about him that fear him. Right? Because people are so carnal, they didn't see us standing here. They don't understand, man. It's angels around us. It's angels around us. It was Elder said it was somebody back in the day, you know, they kept asking the Lord to open their very eye, whatever, right? Okay, the Lord let him see what was around him. Dude got bugged out and he was sick for like a couple of days. He saw things he shouldn't see. There's things around us that we saw right now, it's beyond our comprehension, we'll bug out, right? That's why I like the show called Jujutsu Kaisen. Because they have things called domains and there are different types of demons and evil spirits and stuff. It's always around. That's why I seen it. You saw it was a video on YouTube. This dude tried to break inside somebody's car. You can see the camera footage from the house. He tried to break into somebody's car. He couldn't get in. I'm getting chills thinking about it. As he ran up the street, you can literally see a shadowy figure chasing him the same way, like this. I said, oh snap. Man, that shit it was spooky, man. But that lets you know that those spirits are real. Just like Elder Pastor Hart had uploaded a video of a plastic bag walking across the street. like it had a body in it.
Yeah.
It was just gingerly walking, like the bottom was walking like it had feet. Man, there's spirits all around us, man. Spirits all around us. Hell, we're spiritual beings. We're just stuck inside these chains of darkness known as flesh. You know what I mean? You need a host. Every spirit needs a host. That's why it speaks about one man that fall out of truth, he gets 7 more demons on him. Everybody has their own personal demon because we in this flesh. Something carnal. But now it's gonna hop on him 7 times more. Remember, there was a man that no one can bow. He called himself Legion. The word Legion means he had at least 6,000 to 7,000 different demons on him. People don't believe how, hey man, when them apparitions started to hit, man, people gonna bug out, bro. People are gonna bug out, man.
Because I seen a video of a guy who was working 3rd shift, a janitor at a school that was built on top of a cemetery. And he walked inside the classroom, he was clean full of balloons. There was a bunch of balloons together, but there was this red balloon, and red signifies sin. But there was a red balloon, and they would follow him wherever he goes. He even walked out of the classroom, and the balloon was just following him. And down the hall was a door that had like one of those glass that you can't see through, but if you can see somebody behind.
Oh, it's a two-way mirror, something like that.
So he wasn't even focused down the hall. He was just focused on the balloon, and you could just see strange spirits running fast, so fast you didn't even see this. It was just so fast.
Right.
And he freaked out. He just turned to the left. Camera shut off. He's like, I can't do it. Camera shut off.
Yeah, man. Yep. It's a channel on YouTube called Chills, and I like that channel, man, because once in a while, I like hairs to stick. I'm like, oh man, because I know it's the Lord, but like that's what's really around us. Like you really can't tell. This is how I look at it. The dude that was known as Legion, right? When he saw YAHAWASHI, who in the word English called Jesus, he said, whence comest thou, son of man? Hast thou come to torment me before the day? So that man that had all those demons on him, even them demons was afraid of YAHAWASHI. And he cast those demons into the swine. And the swine ran and drowned themselves in the water. So why should we fear evil spirits? When they fear YAHAWASHI, who gave us a different portion of him. Thank you. Matthew the 10th chapter. I will give you power to cast out demons into hell. Bro, that's a very heavy thing. I remember speaking the word down there with the brothers in GMS, and then we'll put up a curse, and people start bugging out, and demons start coming up. That's why. Was he there? Yeah, he came along after, but he was there though. He wasn't in the very beginning. You was there more at the very beginning. Right. Yeah, y'all was out there when the dude tried to, them two was out there, the one who tried to pull a knife on us.
Yeah, some I'm tired of this white man. This a white man. I'm a white man. He was bugged out. I'm like, bro, like you don't even understand. We had to get him the water by the jump on him. Remember that? Yeah, I'm like, yo, it's crazy. Yeah, I remember them days, man. Pull that knife out for Esau. But the thing is, though, it's like we're not preaching that God loves everybody prosperity doctrine. We just preaching the truth. And remember what Paul said: Have I now become your enemy because I tell you the truth? So they're comfortable with the lie. That's why the term ignorance is bliss is very common nowadays. Right? And even if you tell them, they have their opinion to fall back on, so they can tell themselves a lie. That's why the scripture says, the heart is desperately wicked and deceitful above all things. Who can know it? So, because everybody has a freaking opinion like an asshole, everybody can just, deceive themselves. That's what Paul said. Have I now become your enemy because I tell you the truth? Because they're more comfortable with the lie. That's why you also have the term, the truth is stranger than fiction, because the fiction has now become the new norm. That's crazy, man. Yeah, but that's why this is Babylon. It's just confusion, straight confusion, man. Absolute confusion.
I'm just gonna back you up, and then we can get back to that second Ezra. But Ecclesiasticus 3:24. But many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and an evil suspicion has overthrown the judges.
By your own vain opinion.
What the scripture says about that own understanding.
Yeah, it says, wisdom is the principal thing. I think it said lean out. Wisdom is the principal thing with all that getting, get understanding. But I think it says in Proverbs 3 and 5, trust in the Lord and lean not to thy own understanding. That's what it says.
Back at 2nd Ezra chapter 16, now we're at 72, 76. They shall be like, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen.
They cast them out of their houses. So that goes back to when the enemy shall come in like a flood. So it's gonna become a time where they're not gonna get everybody to go ahead and take the MOTB. But remember, you live in a society where you will be the outcast because you're not willing to comply. You are divergent. So people will, hey, that guy right there, prime example. When they came and got YAHAWASHI in the Garden of Gethsemane, right? Peter was walking. And they called Peter out. And for those who say that, oh, you guys are cursing, even Peter cursed because Peter didn't want to be exposed, man. But let me get that really quick. This is Matthew chapter 26. Let me get it. Matthew chapter 26, verse 69. Now Peter sat without in the palace, and a damsel came unto him, saying, thou also was with YAHAWASHI of Galilee. So they're gonna be like, hey, you're those guys that we seen on the corner, or you're the people out here that not taking the MOTB, oh, those are, so they're gonna point us out, right? Well, the Lord said we shall be like pilgrims throughout the earth. Verse 70. But he denied before them all, saying, I know not what thou sayest. And when he was going out into the porch, another maid saw him and said unto them that were there, this fellow was also with YAHAWASHI of Nazareth. And again he denied with an oath, I do not know the man. That's twice. And after a while came unto him by that stood by and said to Peter, surely thou art also one of them, for thy speech beware of thee. Then began he to curse. This is Peter. Then began he to curse and to swear, saying, I know not the man. And immediately the cock crew. Remember, YAHAWASHI said, you will deny me 3 times. Verse 75. And Peter remembered the words of YAHAWASHI, which said unto him, before the cock crow, thou shalt deny me thrice. He went out and wept bitterly. So the Lord knew, yeah, you're going to deny me, but he still forgave. But that's crazy because it's like, so he was running with YAHAWASHI, and they try to call him out too. They're going to try to do the same thing with us. That's why the scripture says, further to the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for you. Defend the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for you. Right? Because without YAHAWASHI, we was dead. With YAHAWASHI, we are alive. So if I leave YAHAWASHI, death will be back in the same state. Yeah. What do I have to do?
You can't live without the vine.
Look it up.
2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire.
And you shall be tried. A gold in the fire is what? Being refined. You give me on Isaiah 48. The Lord has us being refined right now. In the fire. Yep.
It's Isaiah 48:10. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction.
I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. So us being refined like gold is us being afflicted right now on this side. That's what it means. It's parabolic talk.
There's no absence of affliction.
Oh.
If you not afflicted, you are God. You don't want to be rejected.
That's right. Because the scripture says, despise not the chastening of the Lord, for the Lord chasteneth who he loveth. So our affliction is actually tough love from the Lord.
He's dealing with us as sons.
He's dealing with us as
Because
sons.
if he doesn't afflict you, God's at the most high.
He don't care for you. He don't love you. He don't want you to be correct.
There's no exemption.
That's scary.
You don't want to be accepted.
You don't want to be. That's right. This is Sirach 2 and 5. For gold is, let me start at 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. For gold is tried in the fire, an acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him. So if think about it, if you're not ordering your way aright, and you can get the same results, like the comedian Corey Holcomb said, your way ain't working. Your way just ain't working, man. And on top of that, if you're doing the right thing and you're being afflicted, well, that's wisdom trying. Question is, are you willing to endure to the end, or will you take your hand from the plow and then give up and feed your sheep? If you let me keep my commandments, okay, what if you're a woman and you can't go out and feed the sheep? You still keep your commandments. You get tied to the elders, or you cheerlead on the comment board for the brothers. That's it. You know, if you're a man of the Lord, you're not an apostle, but you're a prophet. You can upload videos, or go to the chat and add on. Like when brothers upload them precepts, what Paul said, though I be absent in the flesh, I am present with you in the spirit. Right? So like brother put up a precept, oh man, bro, I feel like you're here right now in the spirit, because that they go right with the lesson, you know. They go back to the word being preached to all the corners of the earth. So you have the internet. So the Lord is so lean. He's like, I'm giving you so many avenues for you to have access to the truth. But because you denied me, I will deny you and your children. That's why he said, I'm going to laugh at your calamity. He said, I sent my message to you B-time and you mocked them. So the Lord's going to mock you. It's only right, because you're not mocking us. But what Yahweh said, he that despises you despises me. He that despises me despises him that sent me. So you think you're mocking us, no, you're really mocking him. So when something terrible happened to you, hey, the Lord did it. I wonder why. You know why. It's not up for me to determine why. He did it. That's how I look at it. You know what I mean? Straight up. All right, go ahead.
It says, 2 Ezra 16, verse 74. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand. This is the year of Jacob, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble.
Right.
Last year was on point too. The hopeful year of all the prophecies being fulfilled, and major C-hip articles has come out. They're starting to mandatory chip newborns.
Man, bro, this is really real. But I go back to Revelation. I think Revelation 12. It said, seeing that he had but a short time, it said that the devil shall come down with great wrath, sparing none. But then it also goes on to say that the angels shall rejoice. It said, tremble ye inhabitants of the earth, but the angels shall rejoice. Because think about it. Why are the angels rejoicing that the evil is coming? Because Satan knows once your time is up, they come to wreak havoc on you. The angels ready, bro. The angels are ready to do the bidding of the Lord. And the Lord had to tell what, calm down. Remember when King David had a sisters of Israel? He tried to number all the children of Israel. The Lord said the angel slew like hundreds of thousands. The Lord and hold your sword. So when the angel appeared to the Lord, it said it pleases them to please him. So if the Lord said, I give you charge over my servant, the angel will be more than happy to protect them. Because he's doing the bidding of the Lord. If the Lord tell you to go and get that spirit, he's gonna take your spirit, you can do about it. That's the fearful thing of the Lord, man. Knowing that he can't protect the hill, knowing that he can wound and kill. That's a power to be reverenced. All right.
2 Ezra 16 and 74. Hear, O my beloved, saith Lord, all the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same.
So it's gonna happen. I mean, what you said? We're spiritual doppelganger.
This is what we want destruction to come. That's the elder Apostle Har said.
Right.
He wanted to come. He wanted to come because that's the only way we're going to be delivered. Those will be a part of that number.
Waiting and warning.
We need to be put in a dangerous situation to be saved.
Well, back against the wall.
Yeah. It says, be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahawah is your guide.
Guide,
YAHAWASHI.
Guide, right?
Guide.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
I've always said it, autopilot.
Yep. Yo, when all hell break loose, I just want the spirit to just have me in straight autopilot. I just want the Lord to just tell me left, right, climb this wall, go through this door. The door I could be running this door. That could be the only door open that he wants me to go through. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be in straight autopilot in that day. People in the last day, they're gonna be crying and praying to the Lord. The Lord said He's gonna laugh at you. That's scary.
You're running through a city that's desolate, and there's one bird near a door. It flies off. You go on that door, and then you might find a loaf of bread.
You know what? I like how you put that, bro. That's so beautiful because you could be walking, like you say, in the city or somewhere that's desolate, and this one little bird comes your way, and then the bird like kind of walks a little bit, and then you start following the bird, so the bird will fly that way, and then you be like, I don't know. Then the bird will fly back to you. Then the bird like look at you and go that way. I'm like, let me follow this bird real quick, you know. Remember, the Lord control everything, man. So that little bird could be the Lord's. The Lord send the bird to you to come save you, man. You know,
to even make it more detailed, it don't look at you like.
That's what I'm saying, man. Hey, remember the donkey? The Lord made the donkey talk in English. Yeah. It was because I forgot who it was. I think it was one of the prophets. And he kept trying to tell the mule or the donkey to go, and the donkey wouldn't go. He wouldn't go, and I think the donkey knocked him off his back. And I think he like broke his arm or leg or something like that. And the Lord made the donkey speak to him.
Yeah, because the donkey was freaked out. There was an angel.
There was an angel right there. Yeah, it was an angel right there. Exactly, man. That's what I'm saying, though, man. So even so, the elements have ways too of guiding you and showing you. You know, it's like there was a camper. This guy, he was out in the woods. And he was gone for days, and so when they finally found him, he was deceased, but his dog never left his side. Because you know, animals can tell when you're like upset. Dogs, they can tell like when you're upset. They can tell when you're sick. So can you imagine that dog being next to his owner, close to a heartbeat, and the heartbeat dying, probably whipping and crying, and they said it was cold out. It was like wet and cold. They said the whole time they found that dog that's right there shivering next to his owner. You know, so animals, man, they understand this. Everything in the universe is in order. The only thing that's out of order is the nation of Israel. That's it. Once we get back in order, everything else is going to be in order. That's it. Right? So, you ready to close up?
2 Ezra 16, last verse, 76. And the guide of them, 75 is what makes sense. But be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for YAHAWAH YAHAWASHI is your guide, and the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith the Lord.
It said, what it said, commandments and precepts, the guide of them. So, in other words, it's like, you know how people say, like, what have you done for me lately? So, all hell breaks loose. What have you been doing for me lately? Have you been keeping the commandments? What about the Passover? Have you fasted lately? When I say you got to get knees and cry to the Lord, like dead ass. Dead ass. When the last time you got to get knees and cry to the Lord? I do it probably twice a year. I'm talking about boo. I'm like, Lord, man, I can't do it by myself. Lord loves that. That humbles you, and that lets him know. I understand. Hell yeah, man, I cry to the Lord. And it's not because I doubt. That's just me humbling myself. Fetal position, face the east. We will cry and get right back to it. Because I know there's no way in the world. It's like once you know that power, it's like, man, I will boo-hoo cry. What else you want to do? You know what I'm saying? Because only you are the God of mercy. Who else going to give you mercy? The scripture says, vain is the help of man. So if vain is the help of man, especially a man that don't have faith, then who are you going to get help from? You know? The camera.
I know it's all the time.
Go ahead.
In the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith the Lord. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves.
Right. So let not your sin weigh you down, and let not your iniquity lift up itself. In other words, you get Ecclesiastes 7 really quick.
Ecclesiastes 7.
2:17, 18.
Ecclesiastes
7 and 13. No, I'm sorry. They're not 13. It's 16 and 17. Can I go back to when you said, let not your sins weigh you down, let not your iniquity lift up?
Ecclesiastes 17, 16 and 17. Be not righteous over much, neither make thyself over wise. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself? Be not over much wicked, neither be thou foolish. Why shouldest thou die before thy time?
In other words, stay in the family. Stay in the balance, right? All right, you close out with that.
It's Sirach 2 and 17, right?
Yes, sir. And
They that fear the Lord will prepare their heart and humble their soul in his sight.
so those that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts and humble their soul. Like I said, yeah, I cry to the Lord. That's humbling yourself in his sight. Humble. He said the meek shall inherit the earth, man. So in other words, if I'm looking for validation from everybody else, man, oh, that boosts me up, my morale. Oh, I'm proud. I feel good about myself. I'm not looking for the validation or verification from a man. I want my validation and verification from the Lord. So let me humble myself in the sight of the Lord. You know, and I'm not gonna do it in front of man so I can get my reward by people be praying out in the open. Let's all come together and hold hands and pray. How often do you really pray? You get what I'm saying? So like doing it in secret or humbling yourself before the Lord and preparing your mind, that's a great thing. What you said, it's better to go into the house of mourning than in the house of feasting.
We're still in trouble.
You're still in trouble, man. It's like trying to have a big Christmas party and you in your prison cell. Why? You're still in jail. All right, go ahead.
Sirach 2 and 18, saying, we will fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of men.
We will fall into the hands of the Lord and not to the hands of men.
For as his majesty, as it is so, his mercy.
As his majesty is so is his mercy. And what's his majesty? Just look at the sky. That's majesty.
Right.
Look at the sunset. That's majestic. All right.
Pollution.
Yeah.
That
All of that.
like a marshmallow.
No matter. Can you imagine how majestic this place was before all this concrete destroyed the land? Imagine you can see the water all the way from here. It was a paradise for the Taino and the Arab white Indians. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, though, we want to give all the honor, glory, and praises to Yahawah, by Hashem, YAHAWASHI, by Hashem, QADASH, double time elders at Great Millstone, to all this truth, singing on to the elect, peace and blessing to the 1/3, and to the confusion facing the 4 corners of earth. Shalom, shalom. Patiently suffering.